Let's not waste any time. Here we go. No nervousness at all. And then the other thing that confidence does is that confidence kind of creates an upward spiral, because when you're confident, again, you just try more. And of course, you make mistakes, you learn from them, you're fearless. And so you actually improve faster. So his Spanish improved more quickly than mine did. Mine improved too, but his improved faster. Because he was constantly talking to people. So this is why in Effortless English, I focus almost completely, so much on this topic of confidence. There's so many of my lessons in Power English and in the VIP program especially are different ways, different techniques of helping you to feel more confident. So the other reason we are attracted to confidence is that it feels good, is pleasurable, and so in anything in life, any part of life where you have confidence, you normally will enjoy it more. Right? This is also true usually of skills. Come on. And when you enjoy things more, you want to do them more. And when you do things more, you get more practice and you improve faster. And the last month, maybe I did a little podcast about kind of like two different kinds of ways of thinking about confidence or improving it. And that there's a short-term, what I call psychological trick, and in some way of getting instant confidence, just feeling more confident, more strong, better, right now, very quickly, in the short term. And then there's the long-term confidence that is very deep. That is very deep. They're both very useful. They're both very useful. The short-term confidence is useful for the techniques. I teach you a lot of those techniques in the VIP program and also in Power English too, especially VIP program. Because when you don't feel confidence, how do you become confident? Just two ways to do it. One is to use different techniques to change your beliefs, change your emotion, change even your body and your energy instantly, very quickly. Feel confident. And then the other way, the long-term way, is just to get really, really, really good at something. And then just naturally have that super confidence, right? I mean, if you're a professional basketball player, well, you've got a lot of confidence as a basketball player. You've been years and years and years and years and years practicing and playing. You're playing with the best in the world at the highest level, even if you're not a superstar. Compared to most people, your confidence playing basketball is very high. But that takes years and years and years and years to develop. Exactly the same with public speaking. You know, if you become a professional public speaker, you make hundreds of public speeches, you're going to get more confident just by doing it that much, getting that much experience. You're going to get better. You make some effort to read some books, maybe take some courses, and actually, to develop some techniques, improve on your techniques also. Yeah, of course, you get confidence. I'm a very confident public speaker now. I'm a very confident public speaker now. It's just I've done it hundreds of times, especially you count my videos and my podcast like this one, plus the the many speeches and conferences and seminars where I've spoken in the past, as long as it's a topic that I know, of course, as I said, usually it will be, I don't feel hardly any nervousness anymore, and I have great confidence in my ability to just stand up and speak to people about a topic that I know about. In fact, I enjoy doing it. It's kind of exciting now. It's fun. But that's all because I've been doing it for years and years and years and years. Now I've done it. I've got tons of experience. Okay, but what if you gotta give a speech next month and you don't have tons of experience? What if you have a job interview coming up? It's a job you really want. If you don't have tons of experience doing job interviews, how you develop that confidence in the moment for that one performance. And that's what all those short-term techniques are for, and they are very useful. They get you to perform even when you don't have all that experience. Experiences, because the weak point of those techniques is that they don't last. Right? They're not long term. So I teach you you can learn a lot of different techniques for getting a speech, right? Use your body and get a peak state. A lot of things I have you do in Power English and VIP. Jump shoulders back, imagine all these things and playing exciting music. Use your body certain ways, use called anchors in NLP. You could do all that stuff, when you're practicing your speech and right before you give your speech, and then you can have a good performance. You can stand up there and give a good speech. But the thing is, you have another speech next month. You're probably still going to feel nervous. You got to do those same techniques again before that speech. You have to keep using those techniques every time you have a speech, because at a deeper level, you're still quite nervous. At a deeper level, you're still not confident yet. So you got to keep using those techniques again and again and again. Same with English. This is why I have you do those techniques before every single lessons. They become a habit. Because I have to do it in the beginning. Just have to do it. Even if you need to do that for maybe a year, maybe a couple of years. Then once you become really, really deeply confident in English, once you really are fluent, get those breakthroughs. And then you won't need to use those techniques so much because you're like, just have a deeper feeling of confidence, and you just know, I feel confident about English all the time. I don't need to get myself excited. I got to be in peak state to feel confident about English. I feel confident about English always. Obviously, that's the best situation. Obviously, that's our long-term goal. But when you have to use the short-term techniques to get us there many times. Because here's the thing about confidence. Here's the other thing about confidence. Is that it's very specific. It's very specific, right? Very specific. I mean, there's some... They cannot drink. No. There's some people who seem to have a very general confidence about anything they do. Good for them. Most of us are not like that. Most of us have very specific. You can be very confident, let's say about sports, but have no confidence, be super nervous and terrified of public speaking. You might be confident with girls, let's say you're a young man, you might be really confident about girls getting dates, but you have no confidence in a job interview. So confidence can be something that's very, 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 very specific. And this is the challenge where again, we have to use these short-term techniques, because anytime you have to perform in a certain area of life that might be new, or you don't have confidence, well, guess what? You're not gonna get your techniques again. So when you join my VIP program or my Power English program, I encourage you, please use those techniques I remind you at the beginning of every lessons. And I know a lot of people do it. They do it. And I encourage you, I'm not trying to be silly. I'm not trying to make you motivated for the short time for no reasons. With those techniques and those reminders, I'm training you again and again and again and again every single day to feel strongly confident when you listen to English, when you speak English, when you use English. And this way you will develop that long-term deep confidence much, 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 much faster. And that's the real secret of effortless English and why it's so powerful and effective for so many people. Even more than, the specific techniques, the storytelling techniques and all the other language techniques I use. The real powerful, most powerful techniques, the real secret power of effortless English in general is that confidence training. So don't ignore that part. And do it every single time I mention it. You can do it more than I mention it. Do it, do it, do it. And when you learn other confidence techniques, whether it's about how to change your belief and the way of thinking and how to change your habits, how to change your emotion, and in the short term, the long term, different mindset and attitude to have, other different kinds of strategies for developing confidence and success. Use them in your life, use them with your English, use them in all that are important, where you need more confidence. Because you know what, I'll give you another huge benefit of confidence. The reason that is important, you should develop it in every area of your life that is important. Confidence is anti-stress. When you lack confidence, you are more stressed. And that is part of life. When you think of nervousness is stressful, fear is stressful, worry is stressful, anxiety is stressful. These are symptoms of stress, right? Stress. So if you're at your job and you're frequently nervous, stressed, worried, that stress and that's bad for you because you low quality of life. It's an unhappy feeling. If you feel it a lot, you start to have an unhappy life. What's wrong? What's wrong? Same is true with relationships. You have no confidence in relationships. You're man or woman, if you have no confidence in your romantic relationships, or you'll find or keep a girlfriend, a husband, a wife, boyfriend, whatever, that becomes a sort of huge stress in your life and therefore huge unhappiness. It's the same with true physically. You don't need to be super athlete. You don't need to do any kind of sport. Certainly nothing competitive. But to have a general level of confidence with your body, a feeling of, energy and health, vitality, enough strength to do what you need to do in life. you don't have those things, the lack of confidence becomes stress and an unhappiness. And confidence then is the opposite, right? What is confidence? When you have that feeling certainty, that feeling of certainty that things will be okay, that you're good enough in this area of life, that you can do it. It's a peaceful feeling. A lot of the time with the short-term techniques that we need to use, we're trying to make ourselves very excited. You're like, rah, right? Because you kind of go in the world, you're fighting, you're going to battles. What you're battling, what you're fighting your fear. So the short-term confidence techniques, like before a speech I used to do all the time. Before I give a speech, I would jump around, like, you're the pig signing music, jump around, pick powerful moves, get myself excited, super high energy, peak state. I need to do it for overcome the nervousness. When you develop that deeper level of confidence, the long term, the very strong certainty that's based on experience, is much stronger, much deeper. That is a feeling of calm. It's a complete lack of fear, a complete lack of stress. And there's a calm feeling. It's a peaceful strength, calm strength. So now typically, before we give a speech, before I do a podcast or make a videos, I don't jump around, just gotta drink myself all hyped up because I just have that peaceful, strong confidence of feeling I can just turn on my computer and start talking, and to pick a topic, turn on my computer and start talking 5 minutes later. I don't have to do a lot of preparation, get myself all crazy and not necessary anymore. Likewise, as a young man who just terrified of talking to girls. Okay, yeah, in the beginning we have to just do all these techniques and get myself excited and then go it there, go like super outgoing. A lot of you'll find the books and videos about guys trying to teach other guys, teaches young men how to approach women, how to talk to them, and a lot of short-term techniques for this reason. Because of that, it can be seems very exaggerated, right? To try to teach a guy to be really like super mega extroverted. Hey, how's it going? Super confident. Super talkative and entertaining and funny, and And I think it's for some young men who are very shy and who really struggle in this area. They have no confidence. Yeah, you know what? That's probably useful, probably good. If you're probably necessary. I went through a little bit stage like that myself. But eventually, when you get the real confidence, you are at peace. You are at peace with yourself. Your mind and your emotions are calm. Then you can just, with this example of dating, then when you're young man, you just, be at a social gathering, a party, and a club, and you just sit down, just chat with the girls. You don't have to be performing anyway. They're like, hey, what's your name? Just chat, have an honest, calm conversation. Totally confident and very real, really are. There's no stress anymore. There's no worry, there's no nervousness. And that's a wonderful feeling. It's a happy, peaceful, wonderful feeling. It's why we want it. It's just hard to get there. Okay, it takes time. Either you use a lot of these short-term techniques, where really getting yourself really excited and hyped up, doing all this psychological being game on yourself is a very useful thing, just to make yourself take actions. Or maybe you're just a naturally confident person and that's what makes you think, make you take action. Or maybe you're just determined and maybe you don't use any of the techniques. There's some guy, which, for example, just decide I'm gonna figure it out, just go up and just start talking to girls and they have no idea what they're doing and they don't use any techniques at all. And yes, they often look like idiots because they're super nervous, like, "Whoa." But they just have some kind of mental toughness or persistence. They just keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. And so eventually they just do become less nervous. Eventually they get better. They do develop the confidence. It's a painful way to do it because it takes a long time and you have to go through a whole lot of failure, embarrassments and pain. But it does work if you can do it. I think using the techniques in the short term is better because you get better results. And it's much more encouraging. So focus on this. Confidence is so important. Confidence in your English is more important than grammar rules. It's more important than your pronunciation and more important than how much vocabulary you know. Remember my example with Joe. Remember my example? It's the most important thing. It doesn't matter what level you are. I mean, if you're advanced, you get high score on all the tests, you have no confidence. So then when you actually try to speak, you're like, whoa, you're all nervous and you make the words out. You can't get the words out. Just avoid speaking at all. You don't even use what you know. What good is what you know? What good is your skill? No good at all. But with confidence, you actually use that skill and all the advanced skill and all your years of experience will come out. If you're beginners, the same thing. Instead of quitting, instead of giving up, you just use what you have the best you can. And because of that, you gain more experience and you learn much faster, succeed much faster. So that is why confidence is number one with effortless English. And in so many areas. Lots of love to you. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. We're done. Xong rồi mọi người.